Good morning, students. Today we are going to start with our second poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum by Stephen Spender. So let us start. This poem is written by Stephen Spender. He was born in 1909. He was a poet and an English essayist. He had keen interest in politics also. His work basically concentrated on themes of social injustice and the class struggle. The theme of the poem is the social injustice and class inequality. Here, the poet questions the value of education in the slum. This poem exposes the widespread neglect of these children who are uncared and they are not getting proper education as they are studying in a school in a slum. It gives the reader a description of malnourished children, which are very pale, their faces are very dull, are not having proper growth, and they are having lot of physical ailments. It also highlights the role of educators and the more privileged class in the society to liberate these children and infuse them with some human creativity. This is the complete poem. It is having about 30 lines and it is divided into four major paragraphs. This poem is written in a simple style, but lots of poetic devices and images are used by the poet to give the feeling of sympathy and anger. The image completely conveys the poverty, hunger, and neglect of state schools in the slum area. So let us begin with our first stanza. Let us read the first stanza. Far, far from gusty waves, these children faces like rootless weeds, the hair torn round their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. So let us see the words here. Gusty waves here means breezy winds. Pallor is pale, dull faces of the children studying in the slum school. Stunted means not fully grown due to lack of nutrition. Gnarled is very rough, having disease of arthritis. Weeds means unwanted plants that grow on their own. Paper seeming boy means a very thin boy, as thin as a sheet of paper. Here means successor. Now come to the explanation. Here the poet describes the children who are studying in this elementary school which is set up in a slum area. The poet says that the faces of the children are dull without any energy. They are not full of energy like normal children of their age. So they are far, far away. Far, far is a repetition of the word. It is giving stress to the word far, that they are not at all having any strong power in them. Their faces are dull. Like rootless weeds, hair torn round their pallor. Now these children who are studying in this slum school, they are just compared to unwanted weeds, like rootless weeds. Here the use of simile is there, like it is children are compared to the unwanted weeds that are growing in the garden. Here the writer wants to say that these children seems to be unwanted, like the unwanted weeds which grow on their own in the fields. Their hair torn round their pallor means their hair are not at all neat and they are falling on the pale faces as if they have been torn apart. They are just falling on them without any proper combing or style. Now the next third line you can see the tall girl with a weighed down head, paper seeming boy with rat's eyes. Here in this, the poet is describing a tall girl who is totally depressed and her head is weighed down because she is not able to bear the weight of her poverty. She's tired of it and she's ashamed of her poverty. Then there is another boy who is so weak and thin that he has been compared to a sheet of paper. Again, comparison is there, the paper seeming boy. But now the comparison is without the use of like and without the use of as. So, which figure of speech is used here? It is metaphor because the child is compared to the very thin sheet of paper with rat's eyes. Now, what does this rat's eyes refer to? The boy's eyes reflect greed and he wants to achieve everything. He's having hunger in his eyes. He's having greed in his eyes because he's really very poor. Now, then after that, the stunted, unlucky hair of twisted bones reciting our father's gnarled disease. Now the poet is describing another boy who is really unlucky because he has inherited a disease from his father, due to which he has deformed body. So instead of getting any facility from his father, he has received a disease in heritage. So this disabled boy is suffering from a disease because of his father. His lesson from his desk at back of the dim class, one unnoted, sweet and young. So this disabled boy is sitting at the end of the class, at the back of the class, and he is reciting his lessons. And at the back of the class, one more boy is sitting, one unnoted, sweet and young. His eyes live in a dream of squirrel's game in the tree room other than this. Here the poet is describing another boy who is sitting in that slum school. He is a very sweet looking boy who is not visible to the poet because the class is very dull. It is not having any bright light and the child is sitting in darkness. The poet could see his eyes were very bright. It seems that he is having lot of dreams and he was not at all paying attention to the class. What he was doing, he was watching outside. He was rather more interested in the squirrel game and he was watching the squirrel who was playing outside the class on a tree. He was continuously enjoying the game of the squirrel from the classroom.